All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the RnRGzrs show here. A lot going on. I'm your host, Murph, and as always, my co host there is Doc Vox. How's it going, Doc?
Yeah, going all right, man. Nice cool day today after a blazing hot weekend. Yeah, it's nice to get out and do some yard work today. Yeah, welcome to our viewers and subscribers. Thank you for stopping by and checking us out. We know everybody's got a lot going on, and if you're just coming across us for the very first time, what we do is the rock news every week. We get the items over the past week. We go over them and kind of give our 2 cents and whatnot in there and try to have a good time doing it. If you could and you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Just hit that Mr. Natural logo there and we'll be obliged to you forever. Yeah, there's a lot to get into this week, man. Some stories that got a little more to them than appeared to be at face value. So can't wait to get into them, man.
Yeah, quite a crazy week. But the first thing I want to get into is the Glastonbury Festival.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Glastonbury Festival. I've heard of here and I've heard about it here and there, but never really paid too much attention. But this is quite a little deal they got going on here. I'm telling you what, man, oh man, the 2023 it just got done. They just finished last night,
Yeah.
and oh man, uh, boy, we've got we've seen so much news come across about that. They had tons of stages. This is like a humongous festival. They've got like 200,000 people show up,
Right.
and it's just crazy. Tons of stages. The main performers were Arctic Monkey, Guns N' Roses,
Monkeys.
Sir Elton John, and Cat Stevens, Yusuf Islam performing in the Legend slot. And the I looked at the stages, and there are so many of them you just can't keep up. It's
Right.
just so crazy. Boy, oh boy, they had the stages named their special, the pyramid stage and all the
Yeah, that's
West
like the main one,
halls
I
and
think, is the
yeah,
pyramid stage.
yeah, the
Yeah.
pyramid stage was the main one. Oh man, or was it? Yeah. Well, no. The pyramid stage. Yeah, those were the headliners there, and of course they had a band called the Churnups show up, and everybody's wondering, never heard of the Churnups. Who are the Churnups? And then the buzz started. Oh, it's the Foo Fighters. It's the Foo Fighters. Sure enough, Churnups show up, and it is the Foo Fighters. They showed up before Royal Blood and Arctic Monkeys on Friday, billed as the Churnups. These guys really, they're going to have so much fun. They're everywhere now. They're going to be everywhere. Now that they're back out on
Oh, yeah.
the concert thing, they're going to be showing up everywhere. Dave Grohl was all over the festival, showing up, playing drums for I can't remember. He was just all over the place.
Yeah, he
And
showed up with the Pretenders, I think.
oh yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, right. Yeah. 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 Yeah, he was spotted backstage and everything, and then he showed up with the churnups, which I'm not surprised he'd do something like that. But man, it just a crazy time. A lot of news out of there. Boy, a lot of it not good either. Jeez. Man, well, let's start with this one right out of the gate. Guns N' Roses. People are not too happy, especially the press over in England, London town. They weren't too happy about Guns N' Roses. The Independent, they called the Guns N' Roses set the worst Glastonbury headline set of all times, and refers to singer Axl Rose as the band's fatal flaw. And I think they actually even started on time, so they can't. It isn't even that.
Right.
The writer writes, Rose makes the whole thing sound like a Muppet Show pastiche of hard rock. It's his voice, a creature that, were you to take it to a vet, would come home in a cardboard box. So apparently there was lukewarm reception on their set, and people decrying the fact that an American group is playing at legendary
Well, they've had
Glastonbury.
Americans before, but I don't know. Guns N' Roses seem kind of out of place to me anyway. My limited knowledge of the festival, it just seems more like like Arctic Monkeys and Oasis, like that type of a
Yeah,
crowd, and not so much of a Guns N' Roses, hard rock, 80s kind of crowd. So, not that there wouldn't, people wouldn't enjoy that, but yeah, it just didn't seem like it seemed out of place. Like I said, there's Lizzo's there. It's a lot of pop, a lot of old Brit pop. I always think of at that festival. So you
sure,
know,
sure. Queens of the Stone Age, they were on one of the lesser the
okay,
other, they called it the other stage. That's the actual name of the stage. Yeah, the Queens were there. Lana Del Rey, Kid, just a whole bunch of people you don't know, but a lot of stuff going on there. My gosh, it's crazy. So
yeah, it's been
big
going on for a long. They started in 1970, so it's been going on for a while.
man,
And
oh
they had
man.
it for a couple years, and then I don't think they did anything through most of the 70s. And in 79, they restarted it, and they do it 4 out of 5 years. They do it all an off year every fifth year, just to kind of give the land a break, the population, the people in the
Oh,
area, just kind
there
of give
you
everybody a
go.
break, and so yeah, this year it's 210,000. Place is always
Phew.
packed, always sells out. And it's a lot of stuff. They have like comedy and theater and like circus acts and just all kinds of like different arts and stuff like that there. So
Yeah.
yeah, sounds like
Yeah. Well, and then there's the thing about Lana Del Rey, who was the Saturday night headliner on the other stage. Big deal about her. I don't know who she is. She's no doubt some, well, the youngsters probably dig her and stuff, but
she's
she
been
got
around for a
there.
little while.
It's funny though. She she got there late, and then it's funny because well, here's a quote. I'm so effing late, they may cut my set, she exclaims, quickly approaching her midnight stage curfew. I'm sorry my hair takes so long. If they cut the power, let's just keep going. Well, not quite. Del Rey's mics and video screens are suddenly switched off, and she falls to her knees and removes her in ears. Even for Glastonbury standards, this feels surreal. Watching a revered, there she is, generational artist frantically pace along the barrier in order to carry on singing with her fans while a team of roadies pack up her entire stage set.
Wow.
Oh, so it makes for an aptly communal, if painfully sad, 45 minutes of pure, messy, unfiltered melodrama. Ouch. Wow. Get there on time next time. Heck with your hair. You know, put it
Yeah,
in a
big event
bun,
like that. Yeah.
put a hat on, do something. What the heck? But then, of course,
Wow.
Sir Elton, Sir Elton John, he
Yeah, he
closed
closed the event. Yeah.
closed the event triumphantly. Yeah,
Oh, no
yeah,
doubt. No
yeah.
doubt.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, what? Sunday, it was. Oh, let me see. Sophie Ellis Bextor, the Chicks, Cat Stevens, Blondie, Little Nas X, and Elton John. That's pretty crazy lineup there. That's
All
really an
right.
eclectic lineup there. But yeah, Elton closed it out. Geez, like a 2 hour set, and he was Elton. Got with a catalog that big, you know. And apparently, it was a big sing along. Every song basically was a sing along
Oh
with
yeah,
the
I'm
crowd.
sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, just a stunning way to end the festival. And well done, Sir Elton.
Too bad they couldn't have timed that out where that was the end of his touring, because his tour ends in just a few days. July 3rd, I want to say, in Scandinavia somewhere, Sweden maybe, Stockholm, somewhere up there. So
Wow.
yeah, it seemed like it could have been somehow worked out where it could have timed out that way. But
Ah,
yeah, that's
wow.
supposedly the end of his touring days. He says he's still going to do some stuff here and there, but I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
yeah, his main
Maybe
quote: "This may be my last show ever in England and Great Britain, so I better play well and I better entertain you." Wow,
yeah.
very cool. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. So good for you, Elton. What a festival. I'm gonna have to pay attention more to that. But yeah, Guns N' Roses. Obviously, they were not appreciated as much as they were probably hoping to be appreciated. If you know what I'm talking about there.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
kind of seemed like I said, they kind of seemed out of place. It seemed like a risky move to me to start with, kind of, but you
Yeah.
know,
Yes, sir. Okay, moving on. Let's move on. Good times. good times with the churn ups in Glastonbury. That's really crazy cool. Here's I love this picture of him. Look at this. It looks like Rikki Rocket's ready to call for the manager, doesn't it? Really honest. He's going to call for the manager. Doggone it. I need the manager. Rikki Rocket, but I give him props. You know, he was commenting about we all know about the submarine that went down to the Titanic and
Oh yeah.
and imploded. And I noticed this too, so I see where he's coming from. He was commenting about slamming people for making inhumane remarks. Yeah, even before while they were lost, the incredible remarks started coming out, and it was really, I was really surprised. It says here, there haven't been many rockers who've spoken about the Titan, which was the name of the submarine, or its passengers as of yet, aside from Rocket. And he says, my heart goes out to the people and families of the missing submarine. I have heard some really inhumane comments from people like, play stupid games, get stupid prizes, and a-hole comments like that. Really? People being
Well, it doesn't even fit anyway. I mean, not only is it inappropriate and callous and
gosh.
fucking stupid, but I mean, it doesn't even fit. Doesn't even.
Yeah. People being that judgmental and inhumanely pathetic blows my mind. Have you ever done something that was important to you but seemed stupid and a waste of money to others? Well, I bet we all have. I seriously think the collective consciousness can help in dire situations. Can't we please just offer decency at a time like this? Godspeed to everyone involved. I agree. I agree.
You know what it is? I think people,
horrible.
People just, when rich people suffer, they like,
Oh, that makes them
in a
feel
case
good
like
about
this,
themselves.
yeah, in a case like this kind of crossing the line. I mean, I can see like the fire festival, that disaster, and making fun of all the rich because it was kind of at their own hand, kind of their own vanity that they suffered,
Yeah,
so in a
but
case like this,
it's
kind of vain to go, do something like that, I suppose. But
and they got the
not worth your
19-year-old
life,
there,
man. Not worth your
19-year-old
life,
kid, 19-year-old kid going with his just to please his dad. And he
Oh,
brought a
geez.
Rubik's Cube just to try and keep himself occupied. He was scared shitless, that's sad. That's really a bummer. But come on, people. We can do better than that. Gee, many creepers.
Yeah, something like that's where I mean, not to get the whole thing, but I mean, a company owns it. It's not like some Yahoo's just kind of decide to go do something. I mean, it's
Well, that's creepy.
It's very very tragic.
Real quickly though, the window that you look through in the front, it's 7 inches thick of plexiglass. Okay. And the owner says that when they get down there, it actually flexes in 3/4 of an inch. That's how much pressure there is. And then I saw some stupid people. Well, are they going to go try and find the remains? There aren't no remains. I saw somebody mention that it was so extreme at that pressure, the implosion, that it's like having the Empire State Building dropped on you. So, needless to say, that kind of pressure. So they're about the size of a bowling ball right now. They were obliterated in red foam. But I was stunned. And you're right. It's because they were rich. Geez, whatever, people. Gosh, be nice. Humans are humans. My gosh. And Rikki Rocket, the one guy who says it, and he looks like he's going to call the manager on this situation. Yeah, look, that's great. Wow. Holy cow.
I'll take my business somewhere else.
Oh, man, that's just terrible. Oh, Rikki, you just look fabulous. Metallica, yeah. This is pretty good. Good of them.
Yeah, I like this one, yeah.
This torques me. People suck so bad. That's the problem with technology is the jerkiest people on earth now have the means to trash other people. And here's a good point. A good case in point is she got this bagpiper. And I got to say, I'm one of them people, bagpipes I put in the same musical instrument genre as like banjos and one of those accordions, banjos, accordions, and bagpipes. Those are the three devil's instruments. But nonetheless, I'm sure she's a sweetheart. Allie Crowley, Duncan. She's Allie the piper. She posted a supercut of her playing Metallica songs, "Fade to Black," "One," "Enter Sandman" on the bagpipes, which I imagine's got to be hard because the bagpipes it doesn't give you a lot of flexibility. And
Right,
then
right.
she posted the YouTube video, and oh no, no. There's always a critic. There's always a jerk off. And sure enough, there was one cynical commenter on social media who criticized the performance and suggested that Metallica wouldn't appreciate it. Oh boy. Don't assume, you know what they say about when you assume, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
made the comment, bagpipes don't belong in Metallica. James would not approve.
Oh,
And then somebody responded to his from the Metallica camp.
yeah.
Says, this guy does not speak on our behalf. You're awesome. So good for them.
Yeah. Good for them for speaking up for credit. What a jerk off. Really.
And it probably was. It's whoever controls their social media page. I'm sure it wasn't any of them specifically, but still,
But at the
nonetheless.
same time, I'm sure if
Yeah.
they've heard about it, they'd be, hey, who the hell is this jerk off
Yeah.
who's probably not even a musician telling this
Yeah.
musician how,
Right.
oh,
It was just
boy.
cool that it got on their radar and they acknowledged her and stuff. So that was pretty cool. For she made a comment about that. How cool is that
Right.
when Metallica
Metallica
defends you on
defends
there?
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, as well they should. And well, good for them, Good grief. There's too much hatred in the world. Can't we all just get along?
And I can see Metallica on bagpipes not being your thing, but who are you
It
to,
doesn't
to
matter. Who are
speak
you
on
to
someone
judge?
else's behalf or who to judge
Yeah.
or why
They
make a
got to be
negative
thrilled.
comment or anything?
They got to be thrilled that she chose them to play.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool.
Jiminy
Why not?
creepers.
Yeah.
I don't believe these jerk off
No, why
people.
not?
My gosh. So good for Metallica. Good on them. Really. Oh, wow. Okay.
We should
Here's
pick up the bagpipes, Murph. I mean, maybe that's an instrument we could pick up in our older
Oh
days.
man. Oh, oh wow. That no
No?
bagpipes for me.
All right.
I appreciate the thought, but
Yeah.
my life blows enough. Thank you very much, everybody.
Right
Okay,
here.
here we go. Hey, Mick Mars. There's Mick Mars. Holy cow, boy! The continuing.
Yeah, we had a break for a week or two, but yeah, we're back at it.
Like.
These are the days of Motley Crue's lives. And here we go, man. Mick Mars. Jeez. He's coming out with a debut.
He's stepping away and doing his own thing. And I imagine it'll be heavier than hell and whatnot. What is it called? Another Side of Mars. Another Side of Mars. So he's keeping busy. He's mentioning that he's not probably going to do a lot of touring. I think he called it some one-offs. Going to do some one-offs and
He's got to do something, yeah.
maybe a couple here or there, but just because his health. I mean, he just, it ain't going to get any better. So if he can do a couple of gigs, yeah. But he'd come out with his own solo album. So good for him. I hope it works out for him. He's 71 years old. And
writer from Rolling Stone, Andy Green, says it's far darker and more aggressive than anything from Motley Crue. So
good. So he's really going to be able to expand himself. Okay. Far darker and more aggressive than Motley Crue. Let's expand into that a little bit, because I'll tell you what, there's been more back and forth, Doc, more back and forth between especially Nikki Sixx and Mick Mars. The other two guys are basically shutting up, but
oh yeah, you
it
never
seems
hear
like
anything from
Nikki
Tommy
Sixx
on this,
just,
yeah.
really, wow, he's really going after it, and Mick Mars, he reveals, here's a headline that he barely played on Motley Crue's last 3 records. And that's mind blowing. What the hell's going on with this band? Who the hell? What? Who the? I don't get it, man. Jeez. But
well, the last 3 records, that goes back to '97 for Generation Swine.
Right.
And fans may remember that's the one that John Corabi was on while Vince was on the out. So, and I remember hearing John Corabi in an interview years ago where he was saying that he did most of the guitar on that, and thinking at the time, yeah, he's just overplaying his part. Yeah, I'm sure Mick did all the guitar, But now it's kind of coming around full circle, and it sounds like he did most of the guitars.
Well, from what I read,
so.
DJ Ashba.
Yeah, on the other, and then 2000's New Tattoo. They didn't really say specifically on that one, but then Saints of Los Angeles was our last one in 2008. Oh my God, 15 years ago has been since our last album, and that was DJ Ashba. So,
well, here let's talk about their back and forth here. Well, Mick Mars, he comes out and says, "I don't think there's one note that I played. They didn't want my guitar to sound like a guitar. Basically, they wanted it to sound like a synthesizer. I felt so useless. I'd do a part, they'd erase it, and someone else would come in and play." According to Mars, a similar thing happened on the follow-up. "I didn't write any of these songs since I wasn't invited. I think I got one lick on the album." And in a comment to Rolling Stones, Nikki Sixx, here he goes, "Mick played lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and any other guitar that's on that record. And Mick is a guy who wrote some pretty cool riffs, but he's not a songwriter. And everybody forgets Mick helped during this time. This is during the period that he has disintegrated into opiate addiction." Now here's the line that I like. "Mick was struggling to play his parts. So there's a mixture of DJ and Mick. And we would always make Mick the center focus, unless, of course, he couldn't play his part or remember his part." Oh, boy.
Always got to throw that caveat in there, man. Always got to, he should be a politician, quite honestly. I don't think the word comes out of his mouth anymore.
Yeah, he can talk like a scummy politician. Yeah. All politicians are scum. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter who it is. But, yeah, so, there's all sorts of weird controversy going on with this, and he did sell his I believe he sold his percentage of the catalog. I believe he sold his percentage. Oh gosh, I had it somewhere. But yeah. So Mick is not messing around, man. He's taking care of business, and Motley Crue's basically John 5 and 3 guys playing lip syncing or whatever.
Right.
God, that's just crazy. But yeah, he's
this is such a, I don't know, just so opposed to each other. Just at one point he's kind of seeming like he wants to put everything behind him, and then another point he just keeps bringing up stuff and just keeps getting it going. Both of them, Mick and Nikki.
Yes, so, good call. Good call. Yeah, you're right. Fucking A. So man, oh man. But apparently he's comfortable, and he sold his rights to the music. I don't know how much he sold it for, but when you got that kind of illness, you're just damn glad you can still do shit. So keep it up, Mick, and keep the drama going. I love it myself.
Yeah,
I just
like I said, we had a couple of weeks without him there, but
there's Phil Anselmo.
He'll always be back.
And Phil Anselmo. This is
oh my God!
What the heck's going on here, man?
You chose that picture of all pictures.
Isn't that great? What the hell's going on with him? Well, he's just crazy son of a bitch. But apparently, Kerry King of Slayer is thinking about continuing with Phil Anselmo and taking the place of Tom Araya. What? What the hell's going on there? Doesn't he have enough going on with Pantera? I don't get it. I don't get the headline at all. It's very, very bizarre.
Is he just going to go around, resurrecting bands now or what? But I don't see it. I could see maybe another project, but it's apparently, he's got Paul Bostaff, who was the drummer now since Dave Lombardo's departure. So he says he's been on social media about it and stuff, and kind of teasing about it, and says he's working on something with Kerry King and Gary Holt.
Right.
And Gary Holt, his main, he's with Exodus now. It's his main priority. So I can't see this project being. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
who knows what's
it
going
could be
on.
a separate project. I don't see it being a full out Slayer thing. But
we'll see. It'll be heavy as shit.
I mean, you still got to find a bass player. So
He's
Phil's
busy
not going to
being a
play bass
dad.
like Tom did. So
Yeah, he's busy going. Tom's going. He's going to school board meetings and whatnot. He ain't got time anymore. He's made his money, and now he's got to take care of his kids and family. So, very cool. Yeah, Slayer. Yeah, Pantera. Wow, that is cool.
I'm sure they probably got some kind of project going on, but
Yeah, why not? You know,
very
Jeez.
surprising if they came out and did anything as Slayer, toured or even a concert or anything, an album, anything.
And of course, the Pantera. I saw another recent video of Pantera just destroying a festival crowd. They're just so badass. A lot of people singing along. It just, really, I'm not complaining. Although, like I said, back in the day, they should have just put a Pantera tribute behind it, and there would have been any bullshit at all. But they sure are kicking ass. So more power to them, man. More power to them. Oh, my sweetheart. Where is she there? There she is. Taylor Swift. This is an interesting thing. We'll see how this works out. There's a guy down in Brazil who's going to criminalize ticket scalping, and he's introduced the law, and he's calling it the Taylor Swift law. And anybody caught scalping down there, I don't know, they could face 4 years in prison and fines of up to 100 times the original ticket price. That'll take care of the scalpers real quickly. And one or two of them.
They should make it 100 times the price they were asking for. That would be better.
Yes, yes.
That would be better. That make it the greedier you are, the longer sentence you're going to get. That's the way they should make it. But
right. Good call. But man, we'll see how that works out. Brazil, who knows?
Yeah, it came up. The guy, I don't know the guy's name, but he has kids, 11-year-old at home, and wanted to Taylor Swift and
Simone Marchetto, my man. Yeah,
and went through the whole thing like we've been hearing about with getting Taylor Swift tickets and everything, and decided to do something about this. So introduced this bill, and I hope it gains some traction, man. I hope it works its way up north here, man. And
well, every country
we've talked about different things getting involved. Robert Smith doing some things and stuff like that, but I think it's the first time we've heard of anybody taking actual steps to pass a bill on anything. So
that'd be very cool if it turns out, if it works out, that'd be great. And God bless you, Taylor. Your tentacles are reaching out and trying to change things. Because I mean, she and I believe she just announced some European tours. So I mean, she's just gonna make so freaking much money. It's just gonna be sick. So
it'll be interesting to see what this tour ends up grossing.
Yeah, because it's so huge. 50 semis of
right,
stage gear and whatnot. I mean, she's seriously putting on a great show. So right on, Taylor. And,
but getting back to the ticket scalp, I mean, we've talked about with the dynamic pricing model and all those kinds of things. And but even back in the day, I can remember, early 2000s maybe, Van Halen, when I was second in line for tickets. This was back in the day when you actually went down
Ticket
the tail end of that. Second in line, and I still had nosebleeds. So it's always, okay, how do you, I don't know.
How did that happen?
Always, people get, I don't know.
Oh yeah, sometimes we'd spend an overnight at the actual like the amphitheater or whatever, to be right there at their ticket counter and boom, and we'd still get shit seats because the vast network of scalpers and whatnot. So,
I have no idea how they get into that before they become available to everybody else, but
StubHub and all them, they charge an arm and a leg, but what was it? Seats for Shania Twain are like 110, 120 for the lawn, just so you know. 120 for the lawn right now.
Oh, maybe we should cash in, man.
Oh boy, how about it? Oh, moving on though. Oh, here we go. Where's the man, the myth, the legend? There's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg right there. He was recorded. He did a podcast or whatever, and talking about what I've been bitching about.
Well, no, he was actually addressing as a global conference. It's called the Milken Institute. And what they are is a think tank. it's a think
Oh,
tank
Milken.
kind of
Is that
situation.
one guy? Milken. I'll bet you it's that one dude. I can't remember his name. Milken. Yeah, he went to prison for fraud, and then at
Oh,
Milken.
I don't know if it's connected to that or not, but
I'll bet it
but
is.
there it's a think tank situation, and so he's addressing people in highly influential positions, and very very intellectual types, and he starts talking about streaming and how the artists are getting ripped off, man, and then it was pretty good. There's a video of it, and just apropos of nothing, where I saw this video was actually on a punk band that I follow, Stiff Little Fingers. They posted it on their Facebook page. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Well,
But
he's
go ahead.
talking. Yeah, he's talking about the billion. You may get a billion listens on a platform and not get anything.
Yeah,
And he thought, and he goes back to how, back to their album days when, you put an album out and you'd get X percentage, however many you bought. And now you get pennies for millions of streams. And he's all pissed off about it, man. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can catch.
well, it's not only pennies that you're getting, but there's no set. They don't know. Nobody knows what's the percentage that you're getting.
Yeah.
It's just they just kind of pay you whatever they feel they pay you, and of course it's always peanuts. We've always joked about that when we brought up different songs that have reached 1 billion streams or whatever. So yeah, they made $11.17 off of it.
Right.
So
right.
but there's no set percentage. He was talking about, back in the day, you had your contract. Here's the album. It's selling for $9, blah, blah, blah. You get this percentage. You get this much per album sold. You know what you're getting. But now with streaming, it's a Wild West out there.
Wild West, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at I'm looking at his words right now, and yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. They have to go paid squat, and nobody can tell them why, or nobody can show. Yeah, there's no business model in terms of showing people what the heck they're making. I know one guy who's making a boatload. Got news for you, pal, and that would be, where is he? There he is, Paul Simon. Paul Simon, legendary songwriter, performer, Simon and Garfunkel. And BMG announced the acquisition of a, quote, substantial stake in Paul Simon's rights connected to his output as a member of Simon and Garfunkel. Now, I wonder if that's just Simon and Garfunkel or some of his solo stuff.
No. He sold his solo catalog to Sony back in 21.
Wow.
So, now he's selling all the stuff with Garfunkel, which was what, 4 or 5 albums they did together.
Oh, I'm not sure, but that was amazing. It was amazing stuff. Oh, they released 5 albums during their brief time, starting with Wednesday morning, 3 a.m., and then ending with Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Over Troubled Waters, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But apparently, they'd pay more for his music than pretty much anybody else, from what I've read. Let me see. Here we go. Although no details were relieved. Here we go. Try that again. Although no details were revealed, Variety reports it was the, quote, most significant deal the corporation has made in recent years. Those include agreements with Motley Crue, ZZ Top, Tina Turner, Mick Fleetwood, and others. So he's making out big time on his money, and I imagine he'll probably have, I would have Garfunkel mow my lawn. Just say,
I think he does already.
Paul Simon wrote the songs. I mean, he gets all the royalties and shit.
Yeah, Garfunkel's one of those guys like David Crosby, kind of just the harmonizing kind of guy. That's what he's there for. But everybody knows who the man was on that situation.
Oh, great songs. Oh, The Boxer, one of the best American songs ever. Just great. So good for him.
Yeah, I pictured Garfunkel and Simon got that like a Biff and McFly relationship, where like Garfunkel's waxing his car and stuff.
Oh, well, he'll be fine, I'm sure. I wonder what his net worth is. It doesn't matter. Paul Simon is cool. So anyway, moving on.
He's got to be top 10 of musicians, I'm sure. I'm just off top of my head, I would think got to be.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at that. Absolutely. And what do we got here? Gene Simmons. You know, I don't know if I believe in the headline reads in Loudwire. Gene Simmons promises Kiss are quitting. We've all seen bands that stay on the stage too long. Now that's a funny quote right there.
I can't even get through the headline without laughing,
Come
man.
on. Yeah. Geez, Gene, what the heck? Yeah, I think you've been on the stage too long already. You know, when was their first ending tour? Like, didn't
Late
they do it?
'90s.
Late
Yeah.
90s, they did a
Late
finale
90s.
tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy! So now you know, their final show is going to be in December of this year, supposedly. And
December 3rd, I think, at the MSG, Madison Square Garden.
And Gene Simmons says Kiss is really calling it quits this time while they're quote on top. I don't know.
While they're on top.
They're like the Blue Man Group. They're not.
This guy is
you know.
delusional, man. He's absolutely delusional. While they're on top. We're not going to hang around like some band. They are the poster child for bands that have hung around too long, man. They haven't put out any new music in 30 years. You know, I don't know. I guess Psycho Circus was since then, but it wasn't anything decent. But nonetheless, they had 25 years now since they put out anything new. It's like, you know, quit while we're on top.
Yeah. He says, Gene says, at a certain time, you got to have the dignity and pride. I got to use a Southern accent on him. At a certain time, you got to have the dignity and pride, but also the love and admiration of your fans to know when it's time to call it quits. We've all seen boxers that stay in the ring too long, and we've all seen bands that stay on the stage too long. So I'm still looking pretty damn good, but that's not the point. The point is the physical nature of what we do gonna limit how long we do it. Oh, bro, yeah.
I wish I could do a good Gene Simmons. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah.
So I just use the Southern. We introduce ourselves with "You wanted the best, you got the best, the hottest band in the world." I don't want to be in one of those bands where the fans just say, "Oh, you should have just seen them back in 1804."
Oh my really God!
Rocking. God, he's so
this is the most tone deaf, most delusional, most. I don't know if he's just. I don't know. He's just basically full of shit. I don't know if he thinks we're believing it or if he believes his own shit or just seeing if we'll believe it. I don't know. But
yeah. Come on, Gene.
Everything he's saying is like, dude, look in the mirror, man. Everything he is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
They've been hanging on ever since, for decades. They've just been,
their last show in Chicago is their last, like fourth to last, I think. So it's right there at the end. We should go, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure. I've seen him a couple times. I'm good.
Okay. Oh, goodbye, Kiss. Good riddance. And moving on. Joe Perry confirming that Aerosmith is done with creating new music, and that's fine with me. I'm more than happy about that. I haven't been happy with their shit since what's it been? Rocks, the album Rocks. After that, things just fell apart, and then they came back all clean and sober.
I would even go with Draw the Line and, maybe even Night in the Ruts a little bit. But yeah, once they got done with Mirrors, that was the one without Joe Perry. And then when they came back and did all the 80s stuff,
all the
Permanent Vacation
crap.
On was, forget about it.
Yeah. I just can't deal with it, man. I just, Joe Perry, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, so Joe Perry was asked if there's a follow-up. I guess their last song was 2012, Music from Another Dimension. I don't even remember that. I vaguely remember that coming out. But and asked if there'd be a follow-up to that. And it didn't give us absolute definite no, but pretty much. I mean, kind of, I can't see it. We're focusing on playing live and, we're getting old and all the standard kind of, somewhat answers, so.
Well, I see their point. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, they don't need any new music. Like I said, their early stuff is just amazing. And their 80s sappy stuff, there's got a lot of fans for that too, with all their ballads and whatnot. That's I saw them back probably in the 90s. I saw them at Tinley Park. and yeah, a lot of sappy ballads and stuff. But that early music's great. So I really don't care. They don't even have to tour anymore. They don't have to play any more music. The legacy they left, the first 5 or 6 albums are just mind blowing. So I'm more than I really dig you cats. Yeah, Seasons of Wither. Oh, yeah, so many killer songs early.
Yeah, I saw him in 86, 87.
Yeah,
and then when Mirrors came out, and so it was before all the other kind of stuff came out. But that particular album wasn't all that great. But
I'm crying
obviously stuff right
to
before then.
forget
Yeah.
you. Gonna try to boom. Shut
Yeah,
up.
at that point, those are all songs that were just
God.
pretty well interchangeable, man.
Yeah.
It's just just
Give me Mama
cookie
Kin.
cutter,
Yeah, give me Mama Kin. Give me Train Kept a Rolling. Come on.
Yeah.
Holy schmokums.
Yeah.
So
Toys in the
nonetheless-
Attic, first album I ever bought, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, even the title song, just mind blowing. Just like a train.
Well, I
train
bought for Walk This Way, and then how old was I when that came out? 11, and then once you hear a big 10-inch, then it's like, oh, I got to have this album, man. I think,
yeah,
boy, that's right up your alley. So,
but yeah, they were fabulous. I just,
yeah.
they left such a great, such a rich freaking legacy. So more power to them, man. Here we go. I think we mentioned this. I was hoping
just last show,
they'd come and do some music, get out there and play, and it looks like Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson might reunite for the Rush's anniversary. I imagine what's 50.
Yeah,
got to be a 50-year anniversary. In a recent interview with Rock Music History, Alan Kieran discussed the possibility of a Rush reunion featuring Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson. And, the band disbanded after the passing of the Professor 3 years ago. And the two have been basically semi-retired. They're working on little projects here and there. Alex, he's got a band, and Geddy Lee's working on a memoir, TV project.
Yeah, we just talked about Alex's band, Envy and None. We had an EP
last week. Yeah. Curran noted that the approaching 50th anniversary of the band's formation could be a potential occasion for a reunion, which I agree. He confidently bet that Lee and Lifeson could team up next year to celebrate their legacy. So if you're a Rush fan looking for something to look forward to, keep an eye out for possible 50th anniversary celebration. And don't give me any of this crap. You can't do it because Professor's not there at this point. No. If they're gonna do a 50th reunion, whatever, special tour, whatever, the music world's just gonna be open arms, man. Are you kidding? Jeez, they can't help it that the Professor died, but at 50 years, you got to do something to commemorate it. You just have all the bands.
All our bands. A bad scenario to do a tribute kind of thing like the Foo Fighters did, and just have guest drummers, try to their chops at some Rush songs,
Why not?
Oh, that's not really Rush's style, but I don't know. But it might be pretty cool. But they go on tour for the 50 years. I mean, I think both of them, they got a lot left in the tank. I don't think there's any issue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
they either just get Portnoy or whoever back there on the drums and go on a tour, or
I personally would
have a series of different drummers or whatever,
Get a series of drummers, and I'd get a hot chick singer because Geddy can't hit the high stuff anymore. He just can't.
No,
but I'd get some hot freaking chick singer that can hit him and go out there and just blow the doors off of the concert scene. Holy cow. They got to do something. They're going to do something.
Yeah, they can market that right, man. That'd be an all-time
sellouts everywhere.
Tour, everywhere.
Sure, you better book the biggest venues in each town because they're going to sell out, and you better do multiple shows because they're going to sell out. So we'll see what they do. It's in the ball's in their court, but they got.
From what I was reading, it kind of sounded like he's being a little optimistic. Maybe it doesn't sound like anything's even. The seeds haven't even been planted yet or anything on it, but
they got to do something for the 50th, if nothing else, to honor the memory of the Professor. It's 50 years, and he almost made it. He didn't, but they need to go out and do this. Yeah, my God, with their catalog of music and hits, but
of course he wasn't there at the very beginning.
Oh, here we go. What's his name, Doc? The first one?
John Rutsey.
That's right. I think he passed away, didn't he, recently or a couple
Oh,
years
I
ago?
have no idea.
But yeah, he wasn't even the original. He was on the drummer of the first. Well, actually, this is the behind me is the cover of
Right.
their first album.
Yep.
Yeah, that he played on. That
Yeah.
gave us the legendary "Working Man," amongst other songs. But the "Working Man," that's what that song blew up the radio back in the day. You were probably maybe a little too young there, Doc. But,
Oh no, I remember. Oh yeah.
yeah, it blew up the radio, the FM radio, the long version because it was so long. And yeah, and there they took off. But I hope they do a 50th. That would be very honorable thing to do, just so they know. So yeah, come on, people, go for it. My gosh. Oh, here. This is interesting. I'm sort of excited about this. Paul Rogers. Some people, most everybody knows Paul Rogers. Some people may not, but if you heard the song All Right Now, which everybody's heard a million times, and quite honestly, if I was in a band, if I was to join a band right now and they said, you got to learn All Right Now, I would cut my hands off at that point, Doc, because I've heard and played that song so many times, and I'm just sadly tired of it. Although it's a great song, and all the people in the audience love it and stuff, and they would, it's a good beat for dancing and whatnot. I'm just tired of it, man. But that's Paul Rogers there singing. That was the free Fire and Water album, I believe.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's done so much. Geez, he was Bad Company, right? Bad Company. He sang with Queen on a tour or two.
Yeah.
I mean, this cat's been around, and
The Firm. Remember
the Firm
with
Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Yes, good call. Thank you. And yeah, he's putting out an album, a solo album, after 25 years of doing, not putting out music. So I'll be down. Paul Rogers is stepping up to the plate and putting out some music, and he's got a great voice. And I'm looking forward to this. I haven't heard anything of it yet, but this is one I'm really looking forward to because of his pedigree. It's just great.
Oh yeah, he's one of the all-time great voices for sure, man. Freddie, he's one of Freddie's faves. He always said that he thought he'd be the guy that could replace him, and
Wow.
So he kind of had Freddie's blessing, kind of in that way, I suppose.
Sure.
But yeah, he's got a new single that's been released called "Living It Up," and that's from the upcoming albums coming out September 22nd, called "Midnight Rose," and that is being released via Sun Records. And I got kind of a Sun Records. What? Yeah. And I'm like,
Sun Records?
That's what I'm thinking. Do they just buy the rights to the name, or is it the one in Memphis, or I don't know. But I didn't look into it any further. But yeah, I'd love to find out on that. But yeah, the album's got 8 songs, and it's produced by his wife Cynthia.
No kidding.
His wife Cynthia and Bob Rock.
Bob Rock, we've heard about him.
Who we just talked about with Motley Crue.
Motley Crue, yeah.
So there's a second single coming out July 28th called "Take Love," and yeah.
Wow, good for him, man. Freaking A.
Got a good classic sound, updated a little bit. So
Wow. Well, we'll see how that rolls out. Good for him. Yeah, legendary singer. And speaking of legends, this story, what the hell? I don't get it. Here's Tony Iommi, legendary, the
father of metal,
the architect
there you go.
Metal. He's the architect. That guy right there is the architect of metal. I don't care what anybody says. He is the architect, and of course everybody knows it was because of necessity, because he cut off the tips of his fingers, 2 of his fingers. These 2 fingers right here, he cut the tips off. And so once they healed, they hurt badly, so he had to detune his guitar. So pushing on the strings didn't take too much pressure, and it wouldn't hurt him so much. And thus the detuned guitar, and thus Black Sabbath. But
who'd have thought when he chopped his fingertips off, that's going to be one of the biggest events in music history, man. This is going to change music, man.
Amazing, yeah. And to this day, he has custom plastic or whatever rubber caps.
Yeah, like
on
all
his fingers
thimbles or whatever kind of deals. Yeah.
that he wears on his fingers to this day. So, but yeah, it forced him to change.
And it was his
everything.
last day on the job too.
Yeah,
He was,
isn't
get-
that
he was getting,
unbelievable?
yeah, he was getting ready to quit to give
So,
up for music, and
basically, he would have
yeah.
been nothing had he not chopped his finger. I'm willing to bet he would, because that was it was monumental to detune those guitars, and
Right.
suddenly everything gets evil and scary.
Yeah, I guess the story is he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go to work. He was like, this is my last day. Screw it or whatever. And his mom made him go to work. His mom made him go to work. You go to work, Tony. You do the right thing, and you.
I don't want to go.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what, Ma, I don't want to go. It could be It could be a problem. I could cut off my fingertips if I go
Right.
today, Mother.
my
But yet he
career would
goes,
be ruined.
damn it,
And then
Mother.
it
Make me
happened. She probably felt terrible when it first happened. She's
Probably
like, oh my
making
God,
some-
I
yeah.
made him go. Yeah.
Oh, Tony, I'll make you some bangers and mash when you get home. But this is crazy. This really, the Power Trip Festival. There's a Power Trip Festival, obviously heavy metal
Okay.
festival or whatever. And some folks actually asked Tony if Black Sabbath could play the festival. And I'm thinking,
People may
look,
remember this is the big one that's coming up. It's on the grounds is Coachella coming up. When is it? I don't even know the date. In July. I don't even remember what else. But you got Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, and Tool. And I guess when they were putting it together, yeah, they approached Tony
Ozzy.
about Black
Ozzy
Sabbath.
can't play anymore. Ozzy is like an invalid
Well,
at this point.
we talked about that, and we're going to talk about it again.
Man, oh
But,
man.
But Tony says he was approached about it and turned it down because he was concerned about Ozzy's health. Ozzy was in and out of the hospital at the time, and didn't think it'd be fair to ask it of him. And then here he goes on and does it as a solo artist. So
Oh, my dog's barking. I must have an intruder. Let me grab my Glock. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so no, Black Sabbath, let it lie. Let it lie, for crying out loud.
well, it sounds like he was doing. It sounded like he wasn't opposed to doing something again.
Geez.
But
No, be opposed. Be opposed.
Yeah, I think
My
so.
gosh, it's over. Jeez, I really, I can't believe it. We're even mentioning Black Sabbath at all. They've done their, what was it, the 13 tour, their final tour. Let it lie now. You're all freaking rich. Jeez, some morons say, oh, why don't you get back together and do a tour? No, because it wouldn't be the same. What would Ozzy be in a wheelchair at this point?
Yeah, they're gonna
Good
wheel him
grief.
up in
Or they'll have a
Hannibal
back
Lecter
brace,
dollies or whatever. Yeah,
they'll have a special mic stand that looks like a walker, that he can hang on to while he's trying to sing. No, come on, already. Enough is enough, So I hope.
when we initially brought this up about the Power Trip Festival and Ozzy was there, I made the prediction that he wasn't going to be able to make it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's fine. I hope he turns healthy as a horse.
No,
And,
he won't.
But it ain't going to happen, man.
He needs to retire. Gosh almighty.
It kind of sounds like Tony Iommi's kind of feeling the same way. So he's kind of feeling like, Ozzy, dude, what are you doing, man? But
Tony, gosh, hook up with it, really. Hook up, I think Tony's still got a lot to give. Ozzy, I think he's done.
Yeah.
I've never liked his singing. I never liked his stage presence. All he does is swear. I never dug him, but Tony, he's got the talent. He could, come on, let's put out a brutal freaking album. He's done all these legendary riffs, these metal riffs that all of us know throughout our lives, all these incredible songs. So he's still got some in him. He's got to get together with maybe a lyricist and some other musicians, maybe even some youngsters who've got some really fresh ideas, and boom, get out there and hey, come on, Tony. Leave Ozzy alone. You can bring Geezer with. I'm sure Geezer's still hip. I'm sure he's still got it going on, but Ozzy's done, for Christ's sake. Stop it with the Black Sabbath. I think Iommi, boy, I bet he's got some great. I just think on his own with his own people, I think he could put out some great, great stuff. So I'd say leave Ozzy alone. He's done. I'm tired of hearing his voice and his swearing, and I just am. He's just deteriorated so badly that there's no reason. He's so rich. There's no reason for him to keep doing it. But Tony, get on out there. My gosh.
Yeah, Tony. I don't know. I just find it ironic that he didn't want to do it because he was concerned about Ozzy's health, and now he's going out there to solo. But yeah,
Wow.
Tony said he didn't even bring it up to the other guys. He didn't even, wasn't even an iota of interest in doing it. So
Good, yeah, and yeah,
well, as
nothing.
far as Sabbath though, too, they did the 13 album, which kind of went out on top. As far
the
as
tour,
that
yeah.
goes, yeah.
I've
You know,
seen
did
that. Yeah,
tour on it,
they played the concert on Access TV every now and then, their final concert, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a great way to go out. But
Yeah.
stop trying to reheat a souffle.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't do it. Can't
Yeah,
reheat
Bill
a souffle.
Ward's guy. Nobody even hears from that guy.
He
anymore.
done, yeah,
He's got to be
yeah.
pretty well done.
Well,
Geezer just come out with his memoirs. He's pretty well happy, just kind of living his
Yep.
life. So yeah,
I think Tony's still got some riffs in him. Get the right people together, put out another album. But yeah, let Black Sabbath die. I mean, the legacy they left was without you can't argue on it. It's the best thing ever. Those albums, those early albums were just stunning. So yeah, hopefully they're done, and we've had enough of them, and let's get some more stuff out from Tony. But there you go, man.
not to go on too much about Tony Iommi, but what I was just reminded of about Tony Iommi. Remember, he was married to Lita Ford. Remember
What?
that? Yeah.
No, get out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah.
No, get out of town. What the?
I thought that was pretty well known, man. Yeah, it was one
I
of the
didn't
things
know
that
that.
yeah, I was just kind of forgotten about, and then I was just reminded
Lita
of it
Ford?
watching something lately, and I was like,
Wow.
oh yeah, that's right. That was right. They were married.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Very,
well,
very
she has
briefly, very
mentioned.
briefly.
I see. I've seen an article that she talks about all the, she's done them all. She's banged all the lead singers and the guitars and shit.
Oh, who else was she married to? Oh, see now that's opening the can of worms. I shouldn't. Geez, I don't know. We'll get into that that'll be a cliffhanger for
That's
next
on
week.
the next episode
Who else
of the
was Lita
Rock and
Ford
Roll
married to?
Jesus
Yeah.
show. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, everybody, for stopping by. Man, oh man, oh man. The news just keeps getting crazier and crazier, and summer just started like 5 days ago, so it's gonna be a crazy hot summer with a lot of crazy hot rock and roll news, man. And we're gonna bring it to you, the Rock and Roll Geezers. We see a lot of different podcasts, and the guys, they're going through the motions and all that stuff. They ain't got the real excitement for this, but we're crazy, man. We're the Rock and Roll Geezers, and I'll tell you what, if you was ever to come and party with us at the lawn in Tinley Park, you'll find out how freaking crazy we are. So, again, thanks a lot for stopping by. We sure do appreciate it. Sure is a good thing to do on a Monday afternoon. So, Doc, I'll tell you what, man, thanks for stopping by with me. And yeah, nice, cool day. I think I'll go sit out on the deck, enjoy some of the breeze. It's been windy as hell, and none of my security, none of my privacy fence is blown down. So I'm really happy about that. So, hell yeah, it's been a crazy good time. Let me see here. Hang on a minute here. Where is it? Bum, 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 bum. Where is my car? Oh yeah, I may even go out for a cruise in the purple beast right there.
Oh,
yeah,
there she is. Yeah,
there she is. Fucking A. So thanks for stopping by with me, Doc, and folks. Thanks for stopping in, and obviously we'll see you again next week with more crazy news. So take it home there, Doc. Eh?
Yeah, we got next week. The summer's just starting to get into gear. Hopefully we'll have a concert review next week. We got Shania Twain coming up this week.
The train wreck. Yeah. Twain the train.
Yeah, we've had a couple of issues there at our Tinley Park. And as Murph said, if you want to come on out there and get a lawn ticket and join us, we'd be happy to party with you. You have to come. You can come by here. We can listen to some records, man. We can have a good time, man.
There you go.
So but really, sincerely, thanks for checking us out. And as most of you know, and if you don't, we do this every single week. So it's kind of your one stop for the week's rock news. And we greatly appreciate your support. So please hit that Mr. Natural logo And until next week, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody. See you then.